So now we have successfully delivered the prizes to the three artists, and it was actually a lucky punch that it was one from Latvia, one from Lithuania and one from Estonia. And it was not even politically correct, it was not planned, it was just a coincidence the way it went. And so now I'm a bit tired. It was a long discussion last night, a lot of different opinions, a lot of very, very different artists. And it has been, for me personally, it has been a very, very great experience to see so many young Baltic artists, because I'm from Denmark. I curate mostly modernist art, so the world of contemporary painting is not really my main area of expertise, and I don't really know any contemporary Baltic artists, well, very few. So for me that was really, really great to see such a lively tradition in painting in the Baltic countries. A tradition quite different from Danish contemporary art, where the artists here, well, at least I thought, was working much more painterly, much more expressive, and much more with the subject of the human figure. A lot more than you see in, for instance, Danish, Scandinavian contemporary painting. So this was also something that made many of the works very loaded with emotions and other things that maybe Scandinavian contemporary art is more cool, more conceptual. So this was really interesting also for me to see. Well, I had my doubts. I had two favorites. And one of my favorites was from Latvia, Margone, who actually won the second prize. So I'm really happy about that. And my other favorite was the Lithuanian artist Raitas, who made this large paperwork of a forest, like a collage of paper. I really, really enjoyed that, maybe because it had some Scandinavian feel to it. I liked the way it was working with other material than just oil on canvas. I really liked the collage idea, and I really liked that it was almost like an installation in itself, because it uses completely different material, and the composition was really exciting. And I remember when I saw it online for the first voting, I couldn't see what it was made of. I just saw this object and I was incredibly fascinated by the depth and the composition, but I couldn't see, for me it could have been a relief in bronze or something. I couldn't see the material. So when I saw it yesterday for the first time live, when I arrived, I was completely blown away by this piece. I thought it was really, really a very brave work for a young artist. It showed a lot of courage and a high degree of sensibility to the material. So this piece I was really taken by it, and I really liked it, but of course we are a jury of 10 and we all have to agree. And I was not the only one, other people liked it as well in the jury, but of course we have to find the works that most of us can agree on. So unfortunately it was not this piece, but still one of my other favorites, Margone, got second place, so I'm still quite happy. That was so difficult for me, I think, because there was 69 works, and all of these works I was sitting in my apartment in Denmark with my laptop looking at these artworks, and I had no idea what they looked like in real life. And even though I could see, the size, it was noted in centimeters how large is this work, but on my screen they are all the same size. And it really makes a huge difference if the painting you stand in front of is like 2 meters tall, or if you have to get very close and it's very intimate. But these differences, you cannot feel them on the screen, you can't see anything. And some of the photos had, reflections of light, so it was difficult to see the colors. And so no, in the perfect world, this is not the ideal way of selecting artworks. But of course, if all 10 members of the jury had to go to Vilnius to see all 69 works and to discuss it, we would have to stay here for 2 weeks, and it would be a month. Fighting all the time, it would be very hard, and of course it would also be very expensive. because of this project, which is so, con amore. It's with the heart and it's really deep felt. So they don't have the money for having 10 of us walking around, for 3 weeks just talking and looking at art. So I think in the world of possibilities, this is an okay choice. But when I came here yesterday and saw these 15 works for the first time, I could pretty much, well, not entirely, but I had this list prepared, of course, with my points for these 15 artists. And I pretty much had to do it in my head all over again. Because some of the works I had really given, I really had to change the markings because they looked so different when I saw them live. And some works that I had thought, this is just, this is one of my favorites, this is really good. For me, when I saw them, it looked completely different than what I had imagined. So it makes a real difference to see them on the screen and in real life. Well, I think it really shows that we are now in a time where every artist can work in every direction he or she wants to, because there's so many directions represented. I don't really notice any specific new trend, but I saw some new ways of doing things that are already on the art scene. There was some artists who were working with hyperrealism, and I think that it has been for some time, but it is still a really, really popular genre because it still has so much potential. And the Estonian artist who won third prize is a good example of something which is in itself not new, but the way she uses it with this large canvas, this very young artist attacking such a large canvas and filling it with these straws of grass, and you see this human figure lying in the middle of the work. It really still have the power to really tell very strong stories. And the thing with hyperrealism is that it also can appeal to both a local audience, but it also has a very strong international approach. And I also think this is why many young artists are so attracted to this, because it is a language where you can communicate no matter what country you come from. So it's indeed an international language. And I'm very pleased that she won the third prize. I think it's really well deserved, and I really think it's a good painting. And then you have this more expressive tendency, which apparently is very strong in the Baltic countries also, which I am not so familiar with, but I really enjoy that the Baltic artists are not afraid to use this more traditional painter technique, which is, for many young Scandinavian artists, this idea of making abstract or expressive painting with a human subject. They are not really doing that in Scandinavia, but here it is. It takes a lot of courage to do that because it's a really traditional sort of way, modernist way of painting. But these young artists here, they just attack it and they just do it and they just have the guts to do it, And for me, that is actually something also not necessarily new, but really interesting. That this way of painting is still very vibrant and very much alive and very much contemporary also. So yeah, it has been a real eye-opener for me, and now I know a few Baltic artists, at least more than I did before.